It's September 23rd. 2025. This is for the love of God. Everybody's gonna say shit. Doesn't matter what people say. The only thing that really matters is what's going on in your head. What's going on in your head is the only thing that really matters. You think the world controls you, but those are just your thoughts. You control your thoughts. Hello, Lego. The thoughts, they're all yours. You control them. Everything you say about the world, well, it's whatever you say. We get caught up in other people's opinions. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter what anybody else does. If you get mad, your reaction was mad. You're just reacting to the world. No one really cares how you feel, but you do. Your thoughts, right here. Hello, Randy. Your thoughts are an illusion because you buy into your thoughts. You create your thoughts. Yeah. So you can create any feeling that you want to. Most people create anger. They create jealousy. They create envy. It doesn't matter what somebody else is doing. It matters what you're doing. My screen is like really foggy. Hello, Sandra. Heesh. That's just what they think, Lego. Just what they think. It's not what I think. And their thinking, it torments them. It torments you. Because you actually want to do more than think. You want to feel life. You can only do two things in this world. You can think and analyze things, or you can actually feel the life that you are. Thinking and analysis, so everything you think, it's just an analysis. There's no feeling behind it, unless you put feeling behind it. And there's no yes, there's no no. There's no good and there's no bad. Because it's how you view it. You can view something as good. That was a great movie. Someone else views it as bad. Okay? Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, if you've heard about this, him dying was not a bad thing, wasn't a good thing. We're going beyond what everybody thinks, because what everybody thinks has no influence over you, though it seems like it, and people fall into it, because you're the one thinking it. You are just your viewpoint. You are just your viewpoint of the world. Some people believe in God. Some people don't. Now, it doesn't matter. Because you want to feel God. I feel him right now. And the only way you could verify this would actually, you would be feeling it too. And he's in everybody's lives. And it's more than words. Yeah. It's what brought me to do this video. The truth that everybody talks about, it can only be felt. You feel life inside of you. This is who Jesus is. This is who God is. It's something to feel. It's the best feeling in life. No matter what anybody does, no matter what anybody thinks, they all, no matter what you do, anything, you want to feel something. You always want to feel something because you want to feel life. Thinking about it is arbitrary. The best feeling in life is the feeling of life itself. It's not something you have to do. The only way you can actually feel Jesus is actually by stop thinking. Then you completely submerge into Jesus. Everything is in God's control. So, if everything is in God's control, then everything that happens is out of His will. So anything that happens is good. God is positivity. Literally. So anything that happens is positive. Okay? Did we hear that? Whatever happens, anything in the world, is positive. This channel is blowing up because you're going to see my love for God. Simply, I feel Him. And He works through me. And you can feel Him too. That's what we're doing. The thing is, everything that happens in the world, hey, amigo, is positive. Why do things seem negative? Why do they seem negative? Because you're labeled them negative, going against God. When you die, you go with God. So how is it a negative? The thing is, the trick for your mind is to see everything as positive. When stuff seems negative, that is your viewpoint. Your viewpoint is going against God. So, what the devil really is, he's going against God. An antagonist. Yeah, it's pointless to go be negative. You got to understand, it's not the negative thought. Your whole reality becomes negative. Okay? Not only when you think of anything negative, whatever thought you have to body scan and see how it makes you feel. Okay? how God works through us, how we know what is right, because he will feel through us and tell us this is the right thing to do. Why aren't you out here killing people? Because you call it common sense. It's not common sense. That's just your thought about common sense. It's what you actually feel from God. Okay? It doesn't matter, because what you think, someone else could think completely negative about it. Okay? We're always in direct communication with God. Now, how? It's just a feel. It's intuition. What an evil person is, what a narcissist is, they're stuck in their mind. There's no one. You got to understand, when you're stuck in your mind, you're not feeling what your actions are doing. So that is going against God. You're going against life. I mean, we already have a mod in here. God's pronouns ain't he, him, Heavenly Mother. God, that is true, but God is everything. He's also in the dog. He is life itself. Hello, Dio. Our whole reality is life itself. As soon as you think other than that, because everything is connected, our life is not a thinking reality. You got to get that out your head. You got to end your thoughts. Our life is a feel-based reality. More so, there's the fundamental feel. It's not feelings and emotions. We have a natural feeling of life. So we can feel life. When you're in your mind and glued to your mind and take everything serious, then what happens is you become your own entity. That's what a thought is. But life itself, which is God, you become separated from feeling life, which is the best thing ever. It's what we all want. You get separated by going in your head. If you think too much, do you know what happens? You get a headache. I'm pagan. It doesn't matter what your belief is, because that is just a belief. And it doesn't matter what you are. If you are living everything you see is living. There's no way to define it. We are life itself. It doesn't matter what you think about life, because we can feel life right now. So it doesn't matter if you're pagan. What the devil really is, he is negativity. So if you have a pessimistic thoughts that make you feel negative, then you are aligning to negativity. And you feel bad. Now you can realign, because everything starts in your head. Okay? You have a viewpoint. And you have to catch your viewpoint, take a step back for a second, hold your viewpoint, see how it makes you feel, and change it to something that is the best for you, that makes you feel good. Because your viewpoint, if it's making you feel bad, well, then you have a negative viewpoint. Everybody does this. And so, your viewpoint, you're creating negativity. You're creating the feeling. No one outside is you. No one outside is doing that. Yeah. We are in control of how we view the world. You can do this right now. Look at a viewpoint that you have. And see that you're having it. And that is how you feel about your viewpoint. Now the trick and the key, any thought that you have that you don't like, you change it to a positive. So if you think Charlie Kirk's death was a bad thing, then you're going to automatically feel bad simply from the thought. Now, if you change it to a positive, then you see a greater outlook. You see a higher perspective. So anything that happens, it's all fundamentally neutral. There's no good. There's no bad. But everything is really good. Okay? But if you look at something, you already know this. And if you stare at something, it's just there. It's not whatever you're going to call it. You don't say this is bad. You don't say this is good. This is, if you can see life without categorizing it, and if you can stay focused, well, then you will see God. you will actually see. God is something, though, we need to understand this. He is something to be felt. It's that simple. God is the feeling. He is the feeling of life. He is the feel of love. He is the feel of happiness. So when people align with the devil, it doesn't matter what he looks like. You will feel scared. You will feel negative. Does it make sense? You don't really ever see the devil. Okay? The devil is just a personification or illustration that what we actually see in pictures and movies. If you did see the devil right now, what would happen? Nothing. Because you would feel something if you felt fear. But if you feel love, which is God, the whole point is, if you see the devil, it means nothing. Okay? What he looks like means nothing. It's the feel that he gives you. God bless everyone who's here. They call me a drug addict. And I've never even done drugs. The reason why you even mention drugs is because you are thinking about drugs. You say drugs about me, but that is because you're thinking about drugs. You're actually thinking about drugs more than me. And that is your viewpoint about the drugs. I don't think about drugs at all. I never think about drugs. I'm not in that vibration. So whatever somebody says about you, that's going on in their life. If someone says something hateful to you, they're trying to make fun of you, that's because they're making fun of themselves. Yeah. If somebody hates you, it's not you who they hate. The hate's coming from their mind. They're projecting their mind. The mind is a projection. Simply to not hate anymore, all you have to do is change it to a positive point of view. Yeah. life itself, if you actually feel it, is a positive. It's positive because it's living. Being trapped in the mind, it's hell. It's hell. Because you're trapped in this never-ending cycle of emotionless thinking. Because your thoughts, they only give the illusion. Okay? You can tell me about how to ride a bike. You can write a whole book about riding a bike. But when you actually go and ride the bike, you may not know how to ride it. The whole, you could read a whole book about God, the best book in the world about God. Maybe you think positive, but if you don't feel it, then you're just thinking about it. Yeah. The best feeling in life is when we become completely still, the completely calm. Because then we can feel God. Basically, God is complete relaxation. Yeah. God has no stress. If you are stressing, He's still guiding you. He's always guiding you. But if you have stress, you're not going to feel Him. He's not stressful. If you have hate towards anybody or anything, you can run through your mind if you have hate. You're not going to reach Him. He wants you to give up all your beliefs. He wants you to surrender. It's not hard to love, but it's definitely hard for you to show it and say it. It takes a real man. We don't have real men. We don't have real women. It actually takes courage to say it. Yeah. To reach God, the secret is you have to become love. You have to meet Him in His love. To be happiness and to get it, you actually have to feel it inside of you. God is stress-free. So we have to become stress-free. you only worry about something, you hate about something, if you actually think about it, it's just from the thought. Sorry, the comments left. Thank you, Lego, for being here. Yeah, well, Torp, again, you just think about something. What you think about reality is just merely what you think. Can you define a real man and a real woman? I'll go back on some of the comments. Defining them, they can't be defined. Okay? Because it's just, you can define them however you want. The man is the stick, the woman is the whole. But the more that we try to describe the man and the woman, we are actually getting further from what they really are. Hello, Simon. Some of the comments got frozen up. And my screen is looking real foggy. Oh. Yeah, but the whole thing about male and female is female's the creative side in you. So if there's too much masculinity in you, you will be afraid to create things. You'll be afraid to show love. And ultimately, if you have too much masculinity, you won't feel love. Yeah. But everybody can feel it. We need to understand that the female in the male, they're both inside of us. I know there's a God, and it'd be selfish not to spread the word. That's all I want, Jimbo. God bless all your souls. Hello, Chris. Sky. You only have peace in God. We all want the same thing. So why are we going against each other? We all want peace. That is God. If we become peaceful, God will enter your life. If we become happiness, God will grant you happiness. Okay? love, then we can feel God himself, itself. God, he's already here. Love, when you feel it right here. Okay? It's not outside of you. When you get mad about something across the world, that's your choice. It's not bad. But you're going to feel bad. But it's, even though it happened across the world, it's still happening inside of you. Because you create it. So, anger is right here. It's not way over there. All the feelings and emotions are right here. Okay? Yep. That's a great comment, Sky. Again, stuff is only sad when we view it as something sad. If you can catch when you're feeling sad and hold on to the thought, you're feeling sad because your viewpoint is making you feel that. If you change your viewpoint, you can change it to whatever you like. Someone who's unconscious, they have a thought and it's neutral, but they label it as negative. I spilt milk. My life is over. You spilt, now you're conscious. You're awake. Now you see the thought, oh, I spilt milk. That's a good thing. Before you didn't see your thought, you weren't in control. Now you do see the thought. Now you see it as something positive, or it's more so neutral. More so, anything that happens in your life, it's all positive. Every single thing. Quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack. Okay, stuff is only negative because it seems that way. God is in control of everything. It's all going to happen anyway. So, if you see everything as positivity, if you can see this, whatever happens in your life, if you can see it as positive, you are aligned with God. Thank you for the donation. Get yourself some Mountain Dew. Yeah. What about trans? What about them? I have a video coming out, but my videos are already stacked till next year. Next September. But we'll go over this right now. There's nothing about them. But if you have a viewpoint about them, that's okay. I'm okay with everything. I'm okay if you hate me. I'm okay if you underrate me. I'm okay if you never talk to me. Not because simply I'm okay in the mind about it, because I feel everything inside of me. I feel happiness. I feel love. I don't need somebody else's love. Yeah. If I do feed into somebody else's love, if I do feed into somebody else's opinion, you're giving your power away. The only person I feel is God. God bless you, Simon Fleming, with the anchor. So, the trans, what a trans really wants, if it's a male, the reason they want to become a woman is because they don't feel love. The reason why trans would ever want to change their physical appearance, first of all, God gave you that appearance. Nothing you can do. It's acceptance. Furthermore, you actually create what you look like before you come here. But why someone wants to change their physical appearance? Insecure. A male, why he wants to become a woman? Because he wants to get creative. He wants to feel his feminine side. But it's already there. To say he's everything. I'm just using he for reference. And that is just what you think about it. And you're allowed to feel however you want. The message, you want to get the message? The message has been right in front of your face all your life. The message is, you are not your thoughts as you trained yourself to be. You can create any thought you want to. More importantly, we are not our thoughts. You go beyond thinking and you feel all of this going on. It's all happening connectedly. We are all life. The life inside of you, the actual life, it is a non-thinking entity. You can't connect with your soul through forcibly thinking. It's not going to happen. You may know we have a soul. You may know about God. But the soul can only feel. It feels. It is your intuition. And you can be in your intuition, feeling life, and it feels good all the time. You can think about this. Oh, I think this. Why? It's a guess. You may think it's right. But when you feel something, you know what's about to happen. You know. There is no thinking involved. Yeah. Can you accept the possibility that God is not who you think he is? Of course. We already went over this. It doesn't matter what you think about it, because I feel him. It's the greatest feeling in the world. Yeah. I feel. Doesn't matter what you think. You can personally think whatever you want. I'm not forcing you to think anything. Yeah. And what you think is just what you think. You can think about whatever you want. You can think anything. But you get so caught up in anger, it's all you think about. But why aren't you thinking about happiness? The soul never dies, yeah. Yeah. There's nothing going on here, and there's nothing going on in the world. The only thing that's really going on is the feel of life, which feels like love. And here I'm just expressing God. Describe your concept as God. Thank you for all being here. We're going to be here every morning. We're ramping it up. Let's ramp these ratings up. There's no one to save, McGinnis. And you obviously feel hateful. That's okay with me. I want you to feel happy. And you don't have to even care about me. You can talk shit about me. You can think whatever you want. That's your free will. But I just want you to be in utter happiness. I want you to feel love. So you don't even need me. You want me to describe the concept of God. But we got to understand this is just a concept now. Okay? So, when you've ever felt love in your life, that was God speaking to you. God speaks to you through silence. And there's actually information, there actually is data when you feel him. It's already here. The feeling that he goes through you, that carries the data. That's how he speaks. Okay? But what he feels like, if I would have to describe him, it's so overwhelming that you feel like you're going to die. It's so good. In a good way, I mean that too. You're so peaceful. Your absolute happiness. I felt this all my life. That's why I'm just relaying it now. Regardless of what I do, I'm still going to be the happiest. I can't become more happier. There's nothing else I need to do. I can't enjoy my happiness more. It's once you are happy, you can't get more happy. Like, yeah. The source of all your happiness and everything you've ever experienced is inside. So if you take control, you can be the source of happiness. Without doing anything. Thank you. Life's like a runaway train. I don't care what people think about me because it doesn't pertain to me. So if I hate Donald Trump, he don't give an F. And then I just get stuck with feeling hate. But it's just your perspective. If you change it to like, okay, I love Donald Trump, no more thinking about him, and then your thought ends. Why life feels like a runaway train? Because your thoughts are running away. And I can prove it. You think about something, eventually you might feel emotional from it, then you think about something else. Someone died in your family, you're thinking, and it brings the expression on your face. But why are you thinking about this if you don't like the thinking? You can think about a million things. There's so much stuff to think about. But why are you tuning in to the one that makes you feel shitty? I don't know. You awaken the thoughts in people. Yeah. Because I know people aren't just going to jump out of their thinking and feel God. The end all to life is to just feel life itself. Because it doesn't, because once you feel the life inside of you, hey, I want to go explore a mountain. You will feel this. We're all just going back to what we want to do. Yeah. And the reason why I go with your mind, because your mind gets so caught up in just the one thought. You get lost in it. But once you actually see that, then eventually you realize you don't have to really pay attention to these thoughts. Yeah. And once you actually feel the inner peace, you become the peace. And without thinking, you'll just feel what you need to do. Usually it's like something you want to express creatively. It's not like, oh, I want to go have sex with a million people. Having sex is usually in the mind, like most of the time. It's not something you actually want to do, believe it or not. What is sex? Someone that thinks about sex, reads about it, studies about it, masturbates, has sex. Well, they're trying to get somewhere, first of all. They want to feel their inner source. It comes from inside. The thing is, everything you do in your life, God is trying for you to find Him by witnessing your thoughts, and He's trying to make you feel him inside. And it's rudimentary because you will always want to feel something. Even your thoughts, they actually want to begin to feel. Okay? Because what you want to feel is the best. You can't even argue against it. And the best is already inside of you. That's why you have to focus on it. But let's just say you're having all this sex, you're studying. Okay? Well, what is that, though, to a man that never thinks about sex? Someone values sex as everything. But another man doesn't even think about sex. The reason we get caught up in the activities, whatever your daily job is because you stop thinking about it while you're doing it. But you're not aware. You're only aware when you're thinking. When you become aware when you're thinking, you kind of just pay attention to that. You have to be aware when you're not thinking. Be aware when you're not thinking. That is the key. When you're sleeping. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. It doesn't matter if I damage my brain because I feel God. I don't need to know anything else. This is why, and I don't need to feel anything else, as in emotionally. Emotions are basically bullshit. Because the feeling of life, it's your natural nature. Our natural nature is to love. That's why kids always give and help each other. And they play. If you think about a little friend when you were younger, you kind of just went up to them and you started playing with them. But we don't do that anymore. When you're a kid, you don't have like a whole dialogue about talking to each other. That's the thing, is like, once you feel God, even if you don't believe in God, once you feel the life that you are, first of all, you're not thinking. You won't want to think anymore. It might happen every now and again. But this is so much more real. Where the thought is just your subjective. But even more so, once you feel God and stay in the presence, you know everything. There's nothing else to know. There's nothing else to feel. This is where all of our knowledge is trying to go to. And whatever activity we do, it's trying to go to. And even if it did damage my brain, which I've never even done drugs, it's obviously damaging your brain because you think about it. So A, you're infatuated with drugs. A lot of people are. A lot of people. Why? I don't know. You don't have to think about drugs. You don't even have to speak about them. But apparently people love talking about drugs. I don't know why. Something about it. You must like it. That's the thing. You like it. Whatever you talk about. 2, or you must be doing drugs. So you're either thinking about drugs, someone else's opinion, or you're doing drugs at one time or another. And even if something did damage my brain, Wayne Schultz, you wouldn't care. Are you going to come help me? Or are you just going to make a shitty YouTube comment about it? Yeah, so you're not going to do anything anyway. The devil's only real. How do you know the devil's real? Tell me how you know. Tell me how the devil is real right now. I'm drug free now. I often crave it. Yeah, but that's your mind craving it. As soon as you stop the mind, there's nothing to think about anymore. You become God himself. Not the almighty God necessarily, but you merge back into him. When you stop thinking, there are no problems. You're thinking, you have a question or something you don't know. Your thinking itself wants to end. Why do you have a question? Because you want it to end. Thinking itself wants to end. I'm glad you're drug-free, Soul Design. Even if you do drugs, you're not a bad guy. You might be doing bad actions. I don't know. Doing drugs, you could still feel God at any time and be with him. And if you feel good from doing drugs, as maybe you're already happy, and whatever you go, it doesn't matter what you do. If you already feel happy, you can have sex. The thing is, when people do drugs, they're trying to escape. Find out the whole reason you want to escape anyway. You want to find out why we're here. Why is this going on? You can escape if you knew how to leave your body at will. Not by suicide. As in hurting yourself. Because you are in command. Anything that you think's possible, which is a positive thing, you can do it. Anything. Time travel, doesn't matter. You do it with focus. More importantly, the reason why you can't do things, you have a little thought, it's kind of big though, and you are restrictive. You're limiting your experience. This is what, yeah. We're not talking about belief though, Mike. What the devil really is, it's just a thought. You've not thought about the devil all your life. It's only when you think about it that it preoccupies your mind. So, all the other times you were thinking about something else, you can't think at two things at the same time. So he doesn't exist when you don't think about him. That's simple. He is an imagination. He is negativity. Charles Darwin, the only thing that's true in this life, woo! Almost feels like a Friday. The only thing that's true in this life is the life you are. Your intuition is always the truth. That is a grand post. God is just community, essentially. Yeah, we are all meant to help each other. You're either bringing people down or you're helping them. Yeah, God is already here. Anger is right here. Happiness is right here. Everything is generated from within inside. You're the commander of your life. But God controls all the outcomes. Lucifer rebelled because he wanted to create a world like God. We all rebelled at one point. This is a story of creation. We rebelled because we thought we could build a world like the Garden of Eden. But that didn't happen, or it didn't stay. Yeah. So Lucifer, he doesn't feel, or the falling angels, they forgot about God's love. They don't feel the love. That's why we are all here. We all want to build a better world. So think about that and act upon that. God bless all you guys. Whatever's fake to you is whatever's fake to you. Hello, Dustcrafted. Yeah, thought. Your thought is egotistical. It's not bad, but God is always directing us. It's the intuition through the field of life. Reality is giving us where we need to go. King Solomon had 700 wives. That's because he was looking for something. He was looking for the life inside of him. And just because he had 700 wives doesn't mean he was slightly happy at all. He could have wrote books that he was happy. He could have told all of society he was happy. Doesn't mean he was. I feel God, so I can never be false. It's always truth. Doesn't matter what you say. That's just what you think. Yeah. Yeah, just like Dustcraft had said. Yeah. We already went over this a couple times in here. Yeah. Thinking equals evil. Hello, Cadence. Oh. You changed your name to Candy. When you think about fearing something, or when you have fear, see that it's you thinking about the fear. Yeah. God is just the feeling of life. It's inside of you. Everybody's felt this before, especially if you had intuition. That is God talking to you. And we can be in our intuition 24/7. Final Destination. I like that name. The reason you talk about this stuff is because it's raiding your mind. I don't care that you talk about this stuff, but the more that you talk about it, whatever that you talk about, you end up talking more about. We develop routines. It's just our nature. Most of us run in routines. That's why, like, anything you do can easily become a routine. Yeah. What you think is not bad, and yeah, you're just labeling it. If you see everything in your life as positive, then your whole life is going to change. The negative that you think about holds you back from the positivity. So anybody that's negative, even Lucifer, they want to go towards positivity, but they're holding themselves back. I can't. So anybody that's angry, it makes you feel like shit. And you want to get out of the anger. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I have to get out of here. We're going to be back tomorrow morning. God bless you all. God has a compass inside of you, and it's what feels right. Evil hates truth. Truth is just accepting everything's going on. It's not you labeling it in your head. That's where you get evil. But just seeing it as it's happening. You know, most of the stuff that you learned, it's all in the past. Most of the stuff you think about is previous data. But if you're living in the moment, because you are the moment. How are you going to do that if you're thinking about the past? What's up, boss? The devil comes from God, and the devil wants to be with God. He's just stuck in his own rage. And he's an uncontrolled animal. He's stuck in his animal nature. And he wants to feel life. That's all. Yeah. Devil's not a bad thing. Even he wants to feel God. I'll see everyone later.